The man's name was Daniel. He had just finished a long, exhausting shift and was heading home with his thoughts heavier than his steps. Life hadn't been kind to him lately, missed opportunities, quiet loneliness, and the constant feeling that he didn't matter much to the world. As he walked, the dog followed at a careful distance, never barking, never begging, just staying. Its ribs showed through its fur, and one ear bent slightly as if it had healed wrong long ago. Daniel stopped again, knelt down, and whispered, "Hey buddy, you should go home." The dog only tilted its head and wagged its tail once, slow and hopeful. Daniel tried to ignore the ache in his chest and continued walking. But the dog stayed with him through 3 streets, a crosswalk, and the small park near his apartment. When Daniel sat on a bench to rest, the dog finally came closer and sat at his feet. That was the moment Daniel saw it clearly: the dog wasn't just hungry. It was tired of being alone. He reached into his bag and found a half-eaten sandwich. The dog accepted it carefully, as if afraid it might disappear. As it ate, Daniel noticed a worn rope around its neck, no tag, no collar, just a silent sign that someone had once owned it, and then let go. Taking the dog home wasn't part of Daniel's plan. His apartment was small. His budget was tighter. And his life already felt overwhelming. But when he stood up to leave, the dog stood too, eyes locked on him, tail wagging with fragile trust. Daniel sighed, smiled sadly, and said, "All right, just for tonight." That night, he gave the dog a warm bath, watched the brown water swirl away, and saw white patches of fur appear underneath. He wrapped the dog in an old towel and shared his dinner. For the first time in a long while, Daniel didn't eat alone. The next morning brought new challenges. Vet bills, food, time, things Daniel barely had. Friends told him to take the dog to a shelter. Logic agreed with them. But every time Daniel looked at the dog, now curled up near his feet, finally sleeping peacefully, his heart refused. He named him Chance, because that's what they were giving each other. Daniel worked extra hours, skipped small comforts, and slowly learned how to care for someone other than himself. Weeks passed, and something beautiful happened. Chance grew stronger. His fur shined. His tail wagged like it had forgotten how to stop. And Daniel smiled more. He talked more. He felt needed. On their walks, neighbors noticed them. Someone